Alright guys, this is everything you will need to make fudge puddles. This is by far the most requested cookie that I make every Christmas. And you will need mini muffin tins. Alright guys, so we are going to be making the fudge puddles. And I make this once a year because we make 12 dozen of them. Now I'll put the recipe in the description for a one-time batch, but this is a 3-time batch. First we have to cream together the butter and sugars and peanut butter. So what I have for the 3-time batch is 1.5 cups of brown sugar and 1.5 cups of regular sugar, 3 sticks of butter, and 1.5 cups of peanut butter.
Hey, where are you going with it?
You cannot eat the peanut butter.
I'm boycotting this already.
So these have to be creamed together, and we will catch you back when I have that done so we don't have the beater noise on the video.
Okay.
Okay, so we creamed together the butter, the peanut butter, and the sugars. And make sure that your butter is very well softened, because otherwise you're going to have problems. Now we're going to add in 3 eggs. And vanilla.
Straight from Cozumel.
Yes, you can use any vanilla obviously, but we love the vanilla that we get from Cozumel. And this is 1.5 teaspoons into the batter. And then you beat that all together, so we will catch you back in a moment. Okay, so now that we've got all the eggs and vanilla creamed in with the peanut butter and the sugar, we're going to stir together flour, baking soda, and salt. Now this is 3 3/4 cup of flour, 2 1/4 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1.5 teaspoons of salt. You want to mix that together before you slowly incorporate it into the other bowl. And I have this feeling I'm going to have this all over me and my kitchen because this bowl looks way too small. You don't want to do a whole lot at a time, because otherwise you will bind up your mixer.
Am I cutting down?
Alright, we will be back as soon as I get it all incorporated. Okay guys, so this is what it looks like when you're done mixing it all together. And like I said, this is a 3-time batch, so this is going to make about 12 dozen cookies. This has to chill for at least an hour. And while that chills, we are going to work on the other stuff. We did figure out a different way to do the fudge part of the fudge puddles, and a whole lot easier. That is going to be done in a crock pot, and we don't start that until about half of the cookies are already baked. But we will catch you back as soon as this chills and we are ready to put it into the muffin tins. Alright guys, so our dough has sat for a little over an hour because we actually did some running while waiting. Now what you want to do is you want to grease a mini muffin tin lightly, because otherwise you will find that these are a pain to get out of the tin. You want to take a little scoop form it into a ball, and just drop it in the tin. It will spread out while it's baking. This batch will make about 12 dozen cookies. So we'll catch you as soon as we pull them out of the 325 degree oven in 14 minutes. Alright guys, so while the cookies are baking, we're actually going to start this process. The recipe always said to do it in a double boiler. We found this is much easier and we don't burn ourselves so much. For this large of a batch, you will need 3 cups of semi-sweet and milk chocolate chips. You put all that into the crock pot and 3 cans of sweetened condensed milk. And I think I need vanilla too. Yep, 3 teaspoons. And also 3 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Again, we use the stuff from Cozumel. We pick up more every time we go. It just makes the cookies taste so much better. Now, this stuff is a pain to get out of the can. But like I said, in a crock pot, it is so much easier than trying to do it in a double boiler. We discovered this after losing a lot of cooking mitts and clothing. That if we do it this way, and we can do it on keep warm, we don't have to try to do all of the cookies at once. And 3 tablespoons. Alright, 3 teaspoons of vanilla. And now we just wait for it to melt. Alright guys, so this is what the cookies look like when they come out of the oven. Notice they don't have the deep wells yet. But what we do is we take a melon baller and depress the middle while they're still warm. To make the well for the fudge. And then after they set for a couple of minutes, we put them on a rack to cool before we put the fudge in. Alright guys, so the fudge puddles cookie part has all been completed. We did not get as many out as we thought we were going to. We only got about 9 dozen. I think I made some bigger than normal. This is the fudge, and you're going to have to keep stirring it as you fill the fudge puddles because otherwise it will form a crust on top and then it makes it extremely difficult to get into the cookies. Takes a little bit in the crock pot to get it melted, but it is so much easier than trying to do it in a double boiler. So pretty much just, you can find any method that will fill a cookie. But we have found the regular spoon does the best. And you just fill it to the top. And there is a completed fudge puddle. Now I have about 9 dozen of these to do, so we will taste test after I get them all filled. Bye. Alright guys, so we finished, finally, all 9 dozen. They should look something like this when you're done. They can get a little messy. As you can see, they ain't gotta be perfect. But we're gonna see if they taste as good as they look. They're very sweet, so if you're not used to a lot of sugar, one of these is just about perfect. And I can kind of hear some of you now, what do I do with all the leftover fudge? Because it always makes more fudge than you need for the cookies. So sometimes we'll just make fudge bark out of it. This year, we're doing something a little different. So you just kind of put fudge on the pretzel stick. Let some of it fall off. Put it on wax paper, parchment paper, and then since it's Christmas, we're going to put some we'll get them to stick anyways. Let them dry and you've got yourself a little Christmas treat. Thanks for watching. Bye.